Hey y'all, I just got in from a very long morning. I had a site visit this morning and I'm just getting home trying to get dinner cooked. But I really want to stay on track with these Tuesday tallies. So I'm going to go ahead and walk really quickly around the entire garden just to kind of see what's going on, what I need to do. I've got a long list of things that need to get done, but I'm really not stressing myself out about it. It is what it is. I'll get it done when I get it done. So let's just walk around and see what's going on. All right, so the bed that always needs work, the bed that I pretty much neglect all the time. I just need to get in here and clean it up. I did do some trimming and such of a few of the hedges and things around the yard, so it is, starting to look better. I put in a couple of pepper seedlings that have been long ready to get put in the ground. I didn't have anywhere to put them, so I put them in this shallow box. I know I'm going to be watering and fertilizing like crazy because that is really not deep enough for them, but I just needed somewhere that I could put them. I need to get out here and trim some hedges. I got a lot of offshoots going on here, and I got some spiders. Hanging out there. I'm sloshing in water and I'm about to ruin my work boots, but I guess that's okay. I still need to get over here and do some things. I did have my daughter doing some weeding. I guess I have to come behind her and finish it up. Got a whole bunch of ageratum over here that needs to be pulled out. Those crotons that I transplanted from the front yard are still looking great. I think they're happy in this spot. This guy is not doing too bad. I did have to cut back a whole lot of limbs after that transplant, but it is pushing some new growth down at the bottom here. So maybe it'll be all right. I still need to get into this green stalk and clean it up. I got a couple more tomatoes there that have ripened. Let's see if I can find some yellow pears. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it through the net, but there's a yellow pear. Maybe I can see it from the other side. These mustards need to come out, and I need to really get started seriously planting this thing up, but I don't have time. I'm gonna do it though. The Swiss chard that I transplanted over here is not doing as good as the ones that I put up in the front bed at the corner of the house, but I mean, they're not dead. Strawberries forming. A couple strawberries forming there. I did go ahead and put those little cloches on there. They're actually Dollar Tree trash cans. They work fine. Got a couple of mustards over here that haven't completely succumbed to the heat. Let's see what they taste like. Pretty good. I can still harvest some of this and eat it. It's getting kind of warm for the celery. I believe that's collards. I'm not sure if it's collards or if that's broccoli. I have to go back and look and see what I planted there. The rutabagas, I thought they had died, but there's two. There's one. And this biggest one here, there's one. So maybe I'll get a rutabaga to make it. The carrots that I dropped in here are coming up pretty good. I didn't put very many in this side because this plant is actually planted in the ground, and I thought I had dug it all up, but apparently when I put down the raised bed, I sat it right on top of a piece and it just keeps growing up through there, so I'm not going to fight it anymore. I need to do a whole lot of cleanup back here. If any of you guys know anything about crocodile ferns, can you tell me why my crocodile fern is doing that black mottled leaf thing? I don't know what's going on with it. I was told that it needed lots of shade, dappled sunlight. I thought it would be fine back there, but it doesn't seem very happy. I need to thin out these ferns. I need to pull plants left and right over here. They're all getting way too big. I still love this philodendron. I'm still not sure what I'm gonna do about the Arizona cypress. I don't want to lose it, but I don't know. It's struggling in this spot because it's outgrowing that container. Oh wow, look at all of the development on the carrots here. These are not a deep-rooted carrot. These are little round guys. Kind of a novelty carrot, if you ask me. And I just heavily sprinkled them in here. And they're doing pretty good. We've got Mexican sour gherkin. Got a couple of lettuces that I have in here, just to see what would happen with them, and they're not doing the greatest. The fuchsias are looking pretty good. There's the Supertunia Vista bubblegum. I've got a salvia that maybe the wind knocked over. I don't know if it was the wind or if it was a raccoon or whatever, but these guys need to get planted out. They're starting to flower. A couple of them are burning. The herb tower is filling in. I need to start trimming on that. This tomato is a red cherry, and it's just about to outgrow the cloche that I put on it to protect it. There's a quick glimpse of the first corn container and some collards that are hiding back there. Everything is just starting to wake up and look all springtimey out here, and I'm loving that. Looks like I've got a branch here that needs to be trimmed off of this miniature rose. The zinnias in this bed are looking good. The alyssum is still looking really, really good. And I'm kind of shocked because alyssum struggles in my garden. Every now and then I'll find one that just does it and I'm shocked. But then others just don't do anything. So I got a strawberry here. And since I'm here, I feel like I should be the one to get the snack. Let's see if I got any down here. I don't see any on this one, but I do see a couple developing here. I'll just blow the dirt off. The last one I had was really, really sweet. This one's not all that big, but it gets a lot of sun, so I expect them to ripen a little bit better. The foxglove is doing pretty good. We got a couple days of rain, and that seems to have helped. Take a look at that dendrobium bloom. It finally opened up. I don't know if it was the last Tuesday tally that I showed it, or if it was while I was recording another video. The corn here, and I believe this is the Christmas lima bean that is growing in here with this corn. Of course, something's munching on it, but hey, as long as I get my beans, I'm okay. Here we go again with this darn plant. And I was driving today and the name came to me, and now here I am again struggling. Nemesia. I love that Nemesia. I picked up two others that I happened to find at the garden center when I went by to pick up some dirt the other day. So I'll be dropping those in. Not quite sure where. Maybe a little pop of red would be okay back there, but I'm just not sure if maybe during the day they would get a little bit too much sun and struggle. They're pretty protected in this little spot in the back. Delicious strawberry. I need to refill my bird feeders. Looks like they're due for a cleaning. More Super Tunia Vista bubblegum. The delphinium is really struggling. We got a lot of wind the other day and just kind of knocked over quite a few of the branches. The honeysuckle is doing pretty good. I need to get out here and start to train some of these new branches off of it. Fan flower getting bigger and bigger. Got a couple of blooms on the Society garlic. Those violas and pansies are still hanging on. It's just a lot going on out here. Don't have any more blooms on the Vitex yet, but it is pushing new growth, so I should start seeing some new blooms on here pretty soon. It's spring. This is the time of year that I really love my garden. It's not too hot. It's not cold. It's just things are waking up and they do it in their own time. And I can really come out and I can enjoy it. These collards here looking pretty good. Some bunching onions still doing good. The nasturtiums here are still doing good. Oh my gosh, y'all. The peas are flowering. Now, is it gonna be too hot for me to actually get peas? But look at that. I don't think they're going to reach full size, but this thing is flowering like crazy. So maybe this little cold front that just came through is helping me out. Maybe it's helping me out. They had started to die back a lot down at the bottom, but maybe I'm gonna get some. The pansies here are pushing a couple new blooms. The pelargonium needs to be deadheaded again, of course. It always needs deadheading. But I mean, it's giving me something to look at. The radish tower is looking pretty good. I have not come out here to reseed yet, so I do still have a couple of blank spaces. But all in all, I think we're doing pretty good. And there's a different radish in each level, so it works for me. This ageratum I need to come in here and clear out. It's really inundating my Indian hawthorn that's here. Starting to get tired over here with the violas and pansies. These carrots are looking pretty good. Let me just pull back. Let's see. I shouldn't have any shoulders yet, but sometimes these things surprise me. So no shoulders yet. But getting kind of close. I've pulled out a couple of the carrots in the front. There's a little snack, nibbled on them. Let my husband have a few. I still need to come out and do a lot of cleanup here. And I'll get to it. Let me show you the bloom on this azalea. The sun is catching it a lot, so it's kind of hard to see it, but look at the little speckles in it. I enjoy that. Oh, this red maple is not dead. It's pushing new growth. I thought it was dead. I almost snatched that thing out. I always have to pick up some pillows. It's just so windy. And between the birds jumping all over and the wind, something's bound to be on the ground. These birds pretty much empty out these feeders in one day, usually no more than 2 days. So I don't fill them up every day like they want me to. But it is kind of, I'm overdue to fill them up, so I'll get to them. I'm just pulling out this disgusting melon. It's like a sour melon or something like that. Can't remember the name of it. It's y'all know what it is. It's consumed quite a bit in most of the islands, Jamaica for sure, but I personally don't like it, and so I don't want it here, and it takes over my my podocarpus is making berries. For those of you who've never seen a podocarpus berry, these will turn blue and look like something for you to eat. So I do enjoy that. I need to do a little bit of trimming again on these Durantas. It's really hard to keep these things in a ball, but I do the best I can do. This is the problem that I tell you guys about with the ageratum. They are cutting our grass every other week right now. Not really sure, what day they're coming, because I always miss them. But this ageratum is just filling itself out all over the yard, everywhere. It's almost no point in me fighting with it because it's gonna be there. Helen Von Stein lamb's ear, still looking great. The alyssum on this side is filling in pretty good. They could use a little bit more water. I've not really been turning on the drip irrigation back here, so some of them are struggling, and then they're fighting with the ageratum as well for nutrients and such. I could come in and feed them, but I don't want to get into fertilizing just to be keeping something going. My plants have to learn how to fend for themselves. This is I believe it's Athena Rose of Sharon. I could be wrong. There's 3 of them, and they are waking up. They are waking up finally. This is the biggest of them. I'm hoping that they will get to 4 or 5 feet this year. Last year they only got to about 3, so we'll see what happens with those as well. So my Dahlberg daisies are starting to die back. I think it's just getting a little bit too warm for them. I'll figure out what I can put in here to replace them. Not sure what that's going to be yet. This rose was blooming last week and I missed it. The day I came out to film it, it dropped all of its petals. So this is a plum, I think, because the one by the swing is the plum cot, and it is leafing out. I did not get any blooms on it this year, but I didn't really expect it because I shocked it taking it out of the container and moving it and all that good stuff. So time for another treatment on my gardenia and this hibiscus. Here's a closer shot in the shade of the dendrobium. And the other foxglove, doing pretty good. I don't know if you can see it, but it's doing pretty good. It enjoyed that rain that we've gotten the last couple days. Meteor shower verbena, and I can't remember which supertunia this is. I don't remember. The zinnias behind here are doing okay, but definitely not doing as well as the two beds on the other side because, of course, they're not getting quite as much sun. The favorite plant of the hummingbirds right now, the clerodendron. Got quite a bit of parsley growing down here, a couple of other herbs as well. Check out my salvia. Isn't that just the prettiest bloom? I love it. I love the like lanceolate foliage on this thing. Sorry, I was struggling to get up. My knee is not cooperating with me today. These beans are coming in pretty good. Salvia leucantha, of course, is blooming. It's not in full bloom yet, but I like the fuzzy blooms on it. I believe this is the Valencia orange. I mean, I'm still getting tons of flowers even after I thought I shocked it by repotting it. But maybe we'll get some oranges. Jersey Wakefield is starting to head. It's still heading. It's pretty cool on this side right now, so maybe I will get it to give me a cabbage. I might just have to take the outer leaves. The beans that are planted in here are looking pretty good, considering I've not paid any attention to them. I've got one side set up with drip, and those beans, of course, are coming up much better than the side that I have not. I haven't set up this side yet, but beans are pretty good. Now I'm gonna check to see what's going on up top because this had lots of beans. I'll give it a couple more days. I do see that something came in here and took a bean. The bean is gone. I'm gonna have to pop another bean in there. I'm gonna have to pop some beans in here. Looks like they didn't germinate. And of course up top, this is supposed to be full with beans. So I have a couple of spots that haven't come up. Now these ones on the back may just be delayed because they don't get quite as much sun. But then again, on the other container, they're coming up. So I don't know. With plants, y'all, you never really know what's gonna happen. I moved this is a pole bean, but I don't remember which one. I know I've got a tag in each one of these, but because I have the mulch in, Maybe they're pinto beans. Maybe they're pinto beans. And hopefully they'll grow up that trellis and do okay. I've not been in the greenhouse in several days. Like I said, it's been raining. I've been busy. The bunching onions are still doing great, of course. I've been really busy. I haven't been in here, so I don't know what's going on in here. But I gotta say, from where I'm standing, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I've got the kale that is here, and it's getting too big to be under these cloches, but that's okay. It smells great in here with this mint. Let's see if we have any footprints in our concoction of baking soda and cornmeal. It's actually Jiffy cornbread mix, and I don't see any new footprints, so no one has been in here. At least no one has been eating the bad stuff. It's good stuff for me, but the bad stuff. These two kohlrabis are still doing pretty good, and the turnips over here are doing great since I covered them up. Now I even have these two that have no cover on them, and they're doing all right. So it's kind of cool in here. I just put my head in a spider web, and there's a lizard who thinks I'm trying to attack it. I'm really not messing with you, dude. Now, why does he think that I want to mess with him? I mean, if I really wanted to mess with you, I'd do it. I'm not thinking about you. Go on and have a good time. You stay in here and you eat the gnats or whatever's in here. But yeah, I've not been in here a couple days, so I didn't really know what to expect. I'm seeing this with you guys for the first time. All right, let me just close that up. I'll slide this back. This romaine that has survived the attack of the rats, surprisingly, is still edible. So I'm just leaving it here, and when I do come out here, I just grab a leaf and munch on it, and eventually I'll pull it for my guinea pigs. The broccolis, I'm probably not going to get much out of them because it is starting to get really hot. I mean, I tried. I went out and I bought the starts to replace all of the broccolis that I had lost to the rats. So if they make it, they make it. These beds, I need to figure out what's going to go in here. I do have some lettuces in the house that maybe I'll just pop them in here. I was considering putting them in the green stalk, but this side of the house is much cooler, so I might have a better bout of luck if I put them over here, just to use up that space. It's more lettuce than can really fit in there, but you know, they won't be in there for very long. There's some branches that I cut off of here that should have been picked up. The topiaries all got a little bit of a trim. I started stealing a few pots to fill all around the place. That pot, I'm still not sure what I'm going to put in it. It's got to be something that likes it pretty dry, because it doesn't get any rainfall. Got this trellis that I need to put back in, and it goes in this spot, so I'm just leaving it there. We've got more Tabasco peppers ready to come off. I'm not going to take them today because I got some others that are ripening up, and I'm just give them a chance to do that. I did some trimming. The birds of paradise. I accidentally snatched one of the blooms out while I was cleaning up the other plant. Back to our Swiss chard. So you can see these are much further along than the ones that are on the northwest corner. after I transplanted them from the smaller containers, the Dollar Tree stackables. So, I mean, these look great. They're clean. Nothing is messing with them. That's one of the things I love about Swiss Chard. Don't have really a whole lot of things that mess with them. The Gaillardia is still blooming, looking good. Miniature Rose is going out of bloom, but it's still a really, really pretty color. The Dianthus is still blooming. Of course, the Salvia is still blooming, and the Evolvulus is still blooming. The Evolvulus on this side actually looks much better than the ones that get the full direct sun. Garlic. The eggplant is putting on new growth down there. I transplanted a couple of the peppers in here, and those guys are looking okay. They're looking happy. That's one. There's one in the back. And then the others are still blooming and producing fruit. I did take the pepper from here that was wedged between branches. We ate that last night. These carrots are doing pretty good. Let's see if I have another one. Pushing shoulders. So carrots are doing good. We got carrots. And these two are really too close together. I'm going to take this one for the guineas and give that other one a little bit more space. But this is what's been going on out here with the carrots. I'm going to tell you, these things taste really, really good. We've not been eating them at this size, but these have been some pretty tasty carrots. The guineas will enjoy this little snack. They'll fight over it, actually. The garlic is still coming along. I did lose quite a few of the garlics in this bed, so that's why there's so much blank space. I think I planted like 20 in this bed, and they didn't all make it, but that's okay because I have some other stuff that I'll pop in this bed. This is the red curry squash. It's trying to get out of that basket, and it will fill up this bed. Got a couple basils dropped in here, and a parsley, and more of those salvias. This hibiscus is looking great. Of course, the sun is going to blind you here. Let's see if I can get it from the other side. There. That hibiscus is looking really, really good. Now, this hibiscus is pretty prone to getting aphids, and I cut it back really hard a few months ago because it was covered in aphids. But it's looking pretty healthy right now. I think the aphids are preoccupied with some of the vegetables. We've got desert roses coming into bloom. There's the other nemesias that I need to get in the ground. I picked up those two. Those were the last two, and he said he's been having trouble getting more in stock, so doesn't look like I'm gonna get any more of them. Get another desert rose coming in bloom here. Everything here I think looks great. The marigolds could use a cut back, and the mums could use another cut back, but all in all they look pretty good. The grackles hit up this bird feeder yesterday and just emptied it all out. I just filled it and they didn't stop until it was all gone. This miniature rose is doing good. It's back in bloom. And let's see. I dropped in a collared seedling. It is in there. Don't know if I can get it on camera for you. There it is. So that is the Georgia Southern Collard, and I just dropped it in there just because it was getting too big for the seed tray. These garlics are looking really, really good. I don't know. This one is... This one's got a really big stem on it. I don't know if that one is going to make it to April. That one might get pulled out a little bit early. But I think they look good. I think they all look good. Now let me show you the beans. I did decide to just drop the beans here at the front at the column because they're in these square containers. I would like to find one more of these containers just to fill in the hole that's here, because this is bugging me. I don't care that it doesn't wrap all the way around the column, but just having this one here floating off on the side by itself is driving me crazy. But these beans look good. There are a couple of leaf miners. I saw a couple leaves that had some leaf miner damage. Had some leaf miner damage, but other than that, these beans are pretty healthy. They're going to start to flower soon. These are more of the pinto beans. Well, leaf miners in those as well, but you know, they're already flowering. So I don't know what to do with them. I don't have another trellis that I can put them on. So that's the Rio Samba rose that we replanted a couple weeks ago. It's looking pretty good. And let me just show you what's going on over here. The green stalk hasn't been stacked yet, but it has been completely planted with potatoes. And I did go ahead and take the herb seedlings that I started, and I just dropped them in here just to use up the space. I did plant the potatoes in every other pocket just so that I could give these potatoes a lot of space in there. They are smaller varieties. It's Purple Majesty and Austrian Crescent. So they're smaller variety potatoes. You know, I'm looking for the Austrian Crescent. I like a fingerling potato, so I don't want to let those get too big, although they will get up to 10 inches if you give them the time and the space. I do want to take them earlier than that. And then the Purple Majesty, is that, I think they're Purple Majesty, yeah. The Purple Majesty are, you know, just a little palm size purple skin and purple flesh potato. I dropped in some okra in these. I got them very crowded, but last year I grew the okra in teeny tiny containers and we got plenty of okra. Only my husband and my daughter eat it, so I don't really care if, you know, the production is stunted with them being so tight in these containers. I just needed to get them somewhere because they obviously were too big to still be in the seedling trays. And they've perked up quite a bit since I put them in here. And over here we have, what's this potato? These are Irish cobbler. I think they're Irish cobbler that are in all of these grow bags. So I am starting to collect my compost and my potting soil because I am going to be working on the other green stalk. And so I want to make sure I have enough soil to get that all planted up. And I expect to be doing that, I don't know, maybe this weekend coming. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I like to make plans, but then every time I say I'm going to do something, I come out into the garden and I see something else that needs to be done, and then I don't do the thing that I said I was going to do. So don't ever get hung up on me saying that a video is coming on a certain day, because it's probably not. I do the best I can, y'all. My brain is like all over the place. I've got a million things going on. The kids always need something or need to go somewhere, or it's a lot. And then work. So I am glad that you guys come here and watch the videos. I have been getting alert after alert that I've got new subscribers. I finally got over 100 subscribers, and I have to thank you guys for that, because without you, I cannot grow the channel. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Please share the channel with any of your gardening friends and encourage them to like and subscribe also. I'm a little bit of a scatterbrain, but I really, really, really have this passion for gardening, and I'm gonna be in the garden, so I might as well record it and share it with you guys. I'd love to have you guys chat with me a little bit more. Give me your ideas, ask me questions. I don't even care what the questions are about. Just be polite and respectful of me, my family, and the other subscribers and viewers, and we'll all be happy here. Until my next video, which should be coming, but I have been fighting with my internet. For some reason, it keeps shutting off while I'm trying to upload videos so that I can edit them. Until I get those videos out, guys, I hope you enjoy every day that you're given on this side of the dirt, and I will see you soon. Bye.